big win for you guys, obviously. At this point in the week, it's about getting momentum and carrying it to the rest of the week, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. So 3-1, every game is crucial. Only 6 teams make the playoffs. Like, you just have to win against everyone.
I asked Christine about this the other day, about the concept of expectations, and I think, internally I'm sure those expectations are always there, but externally there's probably a few more expectations on this team now, considering what it's managed to accomplish in the past season. Is that a fun thing to have, or is it some people might consider it a burden? Where do you guys land on that?
In my position where I am now, it's fun. I've had many burdens in the past. I came out of juniors being a world silver medalist, and that puts kind of pressure on you from a young age, and I skipped for a long time, and that gets a little long and tiresome being a skip. So for me, I love playing third so much. I love sweeping, and I love having someone at skip that loves being at skip and loves making the last shot. So it's just a lot more fun for me right now.
But as a team, obviously, I mean, people are looking at you as a team that they expect to be around this weekend, and that's kind of a nice thing, isn't it?
Yeah, but I always still feel like the underdog a little bit. So, yeah, and we expect ourselves to be there. We expect that we can beat any of these teams out here, like 100%, because we've had such a great season. But expectations versus, we know we can, it's a different feeling.
Well, and I suppose from that perspective, losing to Yukon the other day must have been, as sucky as it is to lose, there's something to be said for a reminder that nothing's going to be handed to you.
Nothing's going to be handed to you here. I've been here. It's my 8th time. So, you never know where someone's going to have an amazing game, where we might slip down. And that was our first loss in a long time, actually, since, Hasselborg, maybe? It was quite a while. And we were, slapped ourselves in the face a little bit. And we're like, wow, it's been a minute. That wasn't fun. Let's pull our pants up and do a better job.
Is it always a bit of a first win?
Always. I did not curl well that game, and so I'm really proud of my team to curl well. This is a bit of a... I felt like I curled well our first 2 games, made a lot of bailout shots, and my team was struggling a little bit, and today it kind of switched. My team really pulled up their socks, and I had my struggles, so it was really nice. And, it's always a rival against the Yukon, and I love those girls. They're great, and I've curled against Carrie Foster a long time since we were juniors, so, it's not fun to beat them, but it's also nice to get our first win, especially for Sydney and Ella.
Yeah, you anticipated my next question. How do you think that's something those girls will, remember for the rest of their lives?
I think so. I mean, we just keep talking about it with our coach, how young they are, and it's a tough week. It's a tough week for me. I've been here 20 times, and it's tough. Even out there, I was like, okay, one more end, and then we're in trouble, and then we're not in trouble. It's just like the emotion. It's a roller coaster, and these girls, it's a tough week, and they're going to learn some mental training pretty quick here, being here.
Going back to the game quickly, when you scored the 5, how did that sort of come about?
When we got the 5, we actually made a lot of draws. We got a couple misses out of Bailey. She was making some bailout draws the first couple ends, and we just got a couple misses out of them. And when you kind of get rocks sucked under in the middle, when they're center guards, they're really hard to get out on this ice. So the taps are hard, and so we just got a couple misses out of them, and it was nice to get that 5.
How hard was it to step away from the game?
It's hard. I'm gonna miss it. I'm gonna miss the people the most. It's just so nice to play these ladies out here and see even all of you. It's it's gonna be tough, but I'm gonna be around and coaching in the future, I think, and you might see me at a mixed still, or maybe mixed doubles. I'll try. I haven't tried that yet, but maybe. Sydney and I curled in a mixed doubles league this year, and it was fun. So we'll see, but it's gonna be really hard. I'm gonna miss this. This is part of my life, coming here and working hard and going to the rink every day, and now I don't know what I'm gonna do. It's gonna be tough.
Do you have a particular Scotties memory that is your favorite?
You know what? I mean, 3 years ago, being here with my team and making playoffs, even though there weren't any fans, and making an all-star lead, I was over the moon. It was so fun. And I'll never forget that. But a lot of the Scotties just have, every Scotties has something that I'll always remember, and there's 20 of them. So even the relegation years that we didn't get through to those years, we always learned and we always worked harder. And being from the north, it's always tough. So I don't know. It's just I have a lot of memories.
And you've had some upsets.
Yeah,
You've
we've
had some
had some
upsets.
upsets. We've beaten Jennifer Jones. We've beaten Rachel Holman a few times.
And,
The last few
Netawin,
years.
I remember.
And Netawin, Amber Holland, she's now our coach. She was Team Canada. Yeah, we've always had a few upsets, the underdog story. It's always fun to cheer for the northern teams, I think, because, it's just hard to grow where we live. It really is. So it's,
Someone your honest accolades speak for themselves, but knowing you and knowing that you live and breathe curling, what do you think about your off-ice legacy?
My off-ice legacy. You know what? Yesterday, when we were in the pad for my up close and personal, a lady stood up and had some really nice words, and everyone gave me a standing O to send me off. And it's kind of crazy. I didn't realize how much of an impact I've made living up in the north. Like, I don't come here and I don't make playoffs every year, and I don't come win it, like Rachel Holman or Jennifer Jones. So I guess I have a very different legacy, being the underdog and working hard and trying to make your dreams come true. And if you work hard, you can make it from the north. I guess is more my legacy, and being Indigenous and working with Indigenous youth. And but like I said, it's much larger than I ever would have thought. So hopefully I will continue making a difference, even if I'm not on the ice at the Scotties.
That must have been a lot of fun, seeing that rock come down and realizing that you'd won the game. How big a deal was that for your team?
Yeah, I mean, every win out here is a battle. That one in particular was a bit of deuces back and forth. Like, the momentum kept switching. A few ends we played really well, and then they played really well, so.
There's a game that's a perfect example of 10-end curling and why it's a grind and mentally exhausting. You don't play an awful lot of 10-end games. So what were those last two ends like from a mental perspective as much as a physical perspective?
Yeah, I mean, the last few games we've sort of seen the ice change at the end. So the last two games we were really focused on noticing when the paths are shifting, right? So there was a lot going on in terms of what we were thinking about. But yeah, we stuck with it and made a few really good shots at the end.
I know most of the season has been frustrating, let's say, for the team, but well, you've really turned it up obviously in the last one. What has been different that's working in producing wins like today?
Yeah, I mean, this is when you sort of go back to trusting the process. We broke things down really early in the season, and we're really committed to changing certain things in our delivery and in our approach to strategy. So we stuck with it, which I think is a good testament to our team and our mentality there. So we're starting to see the benefits of that hard work paying off.
En français, s'il vous plaît, Laurie, how big of a win was that for this team?
C'est vraiment une victoire qui était importante. Je pense que c'est ce qui a fait en sorte comme quoi que toutes nos victoires jusqu'à maintenant étaient importantes. Avoir perdu hier, c'était difficile. Puis ça, battre une équipe qui a beaucoup d'expérience comme ça, c'est vraiment incroyable. Puis ça fait en sorte qu'on peut un petit peu plus respirer pour le restant de la semaine.
So, en français, you said at the start of the tournament, you felt like a rookie. You can't feel like a rookie after beating a team like that.
Je me sens quand même un peu comme ça aussi. Je voyais le stress monter en dedans de moi pendant la partie. Je voyais le temps descendre aussi. On n'avait pas beaucoup de temps à la fin de la partie. Puis je trouvais que quand je regardais Kerry jouer, elle avait des pierres qui étaient comme automatiques. Là. Elle savait quoi jouer, tandis que moi, ça prenait un petit peu plus de temps à faire. Fait que je me sens quand même encore comme une rookie. Là.
Okay, la même chose en anglais. The same question in English. Or,
Well, do we want to do it with Jamie?
I'm just here for moral support.
I'm coming back to you, Jamie, but I would like you to answer that question.
Yeah, for sure. So
Yeah.
I still feel like a rookie. Like on the ice, like we were running out of time at one point, and it was just like such a stressful game. But like I could see Kerry just make a lot of good decision and quick decision. It was like automatic for her, and for me, it took like a little more time. So I think like the experience actually showed that on the ice. I mean, sometimes you're gonna make some, sometimes you're gonna miss some, and like that last shot, like she missed it. But I think like her experience is it's huge, and it showed tonight, I find. So
JD, how much stronger as a back-ender you two together in your second season, do you think?
Yeah, I mean, this is what we've been working for all season, is peak at the right time. So we've put in the work in the events and in training, and we just spend a lot of time together chatting on and off the ice. So I think we're building a solid foundation for a relationship, and we're definitely peaking at the right time.
All right, la même chose en français. Laurie, how much stronger are you two as a back end in your second season together?
Ouais, définitivement, pendant la saison, c'est ce qu'on a vraiment travaillé ensemble. La communication, la technique, que ce soit sur la glace ou en dehors des glaces. Je pense que juste apprendre à se connaître aussi, c'est tellement une grosse partie de notre chimie sur la glace. Puis je pense que c'est ça qui a fait en sorte là, qu'on est capable d'être vraiment forte là, comme un back-end là, sur la glace.
JB, you know, in soccer sometimes they call it like a pool of death. Do you feel like Pool B is a pool of death at all?
It's definitely not clear cut. Yep, anything can happen. So we're just gonna do our best and see how it plays out by the end of the week.
All right, la même chose. Pool of death, Laurie, en français.
C'est sûr que c'est pas noir ou blanc dans notre pool. Toutes les équipes sont vraiment du même niveau. Mais je pense que c'est ça. On va essayer de gagner le plus de games possible, de faire le plus de shots possible, puis d'aller chercher une petite victoire ici et là pour essayer de finir au top du pool. Là.
The question is, not all wins are going to be classic, right?
No.
Sometimes you have to get one that pull it out of thin air, such as that one. How important is that to get a win like that at this stage in the event?
Ah, c'est tellement important. C'est, ouais, comme tu as dit, des fois c'est pas beau, mais à la fin de la journée, une victoire, c'est une victoire. Fait qu'on va la prendre.